Welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless work, career, vocation read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons. Mal, for short, they're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box. Can you imagine I wrote a book and I might write another? I'm a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. After all, I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. I'm having so much fun with that still, after all these weeks of doing that. Months. So hi, if you are new to my channel, you're Drawing the Circle here. What we're doing here is actually called the 3 Levels of Power reading. There's lots of links in the description box to go deeper into that. I learned about the 3 levels of power, the literal, the personal, and the symbolic from Caroline Myss. That's M-Y-S-S, and she's a PhD. These are her archetype cards, and they will be the first 3 cards down. So 3 levels of power are archetypal lenses through which you can look at many different aspects of life. This time around, we're looking at life purpose through your work, career, your vocation, your survival intuition, how you survive in the world, your creative intuition, your hunger, your passion, your creativity, obviously, and your visionary intuition, your calling, your spiritual power and mystical power, all of that. Bringing it into alignment. There are chakras involved, but let's see what comes out of my mouth. An explanation. Otherwise, linkies in the description box. And the general YouTube rules apply. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and I do recommend checking your other signs, because your sun sign could be more, have leverage. There's usually leverage in one of the 3 levels. Work on that one. The other 2 will balance out. So it would make sense. Your sun sign might be more into work, your moon, career, your Venus, your rising, your vocation. That's just an example. It can be any combo of that. So, both feet on the floor, if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And on a more serious note, I am well aware, even though this is a timeless read, you could be watching this years from now, I don't know. I don't see that far. They won't let me see that far into the future. But, you know, there's war in the Ukraine at this point, and there are school shootings happening, it feels like, every day. Roe versus Wade is still up. The ball is in the air. There's a lot going on. A lot of people are freaking out, and I'm an empath, and if you are too, just know that you bringing together your life purpose, work, career, and vocation into one movement of energy, eventually, every day is a winding road, but we get a little bit closer. You are helping this planet evolve. You're helping the people. We are all one. So you do you. You fulfill your life purpose, your role in the universe's plan. Because the universe always has a plan, no matter how anything seems to be. I would keep that in mind, because you're a Gemini. See it differently. That's your gig. So, let's do this. Enough explanation. Let's get to divination. Let's try and have fun. Let's try and uplift each other with this vibe. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Well, okay. Using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, I call to their angels, their archangels, their goddesses, their gods, they're the ascended masters of life purpose through work, career, and vocation, and their own higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I need the archetypes, the 3 archetypal powers being developed first in their work, then their career, then their vocation, hovering over their head, sending down the lessons, the energy, changing all of the electromagnetic fields of their chakras, so shifting what they attract and what they repel for the evolution of the soul, the fulfillment of their life purpose holistically. What do you got for them in work, right? Their survival intuition. What's the archetype they are alchemizing from lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, etc. Same in their career. Strong heart, third eye crown dynamic, their passion, their hunger, their thirst, what they yearn for, what they burn for, their creative intuition. 8th chakra, I felt that. And for their vocation, their spiritual calling, 8th chakra dominant. Lower 3 chakras, heart through 3rd eye crown. 8th chakra giving us the full alignment here, the star that calls them forward, their true calling, their true passion, at least at this point for this timeless read. Let's see who you got. These are in the description box, so there should be no shock, but I like to see how brave you are. Oh, well. Oh, well. You got the Trickster? Please, Gemini for me is the god Hermes. Mercury, as in retrograde. Blew up my phone. Killed my phone. Got a new one. Love it, though. Gotta let go of that old to let in the new. So, interesting. We have got the father in your work, which is a masculine family archetype. The Don Juan archetype, which is a wild card family archetype, even though Don Juan means Father Juan, Father John, whatever. It's not about biological gender, male or female. It's a soul power, not a gender issue. And the Trickster, if you're gonna talk about, well, I forget if it's either wild card or it's action family archetype, and some archetypes do share families, and that's a little tricky to remember. So even though we laid them on the table, Father, Don Juan, Trickster, we actually read them in the reverse order, working from the 8th chakra down. Let's talk about the Tricksters, your mutable heirs, 3rd housers. The shadow's what you're healing in your vocation. The light's what you're shooting for. And remember, as you heal this, doing the shadow work, whatever it takes, you're healing this in everybody who's got it in that moment, and so forth. The shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity. Parent trap. Twins, like every twin movie involves that, right? Tale of Two Cities. You know, how far back you want to go? Romulus and Remus, although, you know, they were nursed by a wolf. What are you going to do? I hope he was cute. Almatea. The light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And if ever there was a Gemini trait, it's that. Well, and Aquarians, freaks of the zodiac that they are. So the Trickster archetype that you've come here to transcend, at least your vocation right now is about transcending stuffy behavior, doing the unconventional, and being unpredictable, like every Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus I ever dated in this life, and probably all the others. And we've got a visit from my youngest son, the Taurus cat, Melchior. Hey, my little witch cat, you gonna chill with mama? Oh, giving me elbow head bonkies. You want something, but you can wait till I'm done, right? He's a Taurus, he'll wait. Let's talk about the Don Juan in your career. This is about seduction. Michelle Visage, wide courtesy telephone. The shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for a private agenda. Meaning that you're not telling the people that you're involved with. Or, you know, a car salesman, or a used car salesman, right? Using that romantic agenda for, you know, right, hidden and high. Hey, you want to buy a car? Driven once by a little old lady from Pasadena. God, the 60s and 70s references, Beach Boys. What you're shooting for here in your career spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. And there are. When you shine your light at full capacity, right, particularly a wild card archetype that could show up in all sorts of different ways in your career, even though it seems very masculine energy, right, Father Juan, Don Juan, you've actually got the father on the table too. It really is seduction. Yes, there's an active part, but there's also a very magnetic, if you want to call it feminine energy with it too. It's a very Gomez Adams, except Morticia in this picture has red hair, and I don't think that's her. It's not a good look on her, all that black, although black and red, orange, looks good. What? Go lay down with your brothers. Go lay down with Balthazar and Sabby. Let's talk about the father archetype in your work. Now, keep in mind, you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. A reason as quickly as a day. It can come and go, maybe even shorter. A season, in terms of a lifetime, could be a decade, but it could be a week, right? It could be an actual season, but lifetime is from womb to tomb, birth to death. So the father archetype in work is very patriarchal. Not one of my favorite words, being a feminist, but the shadow attribute, dictatorial control and abuse of authority. Now let me think for a minute. Have we seen that on planet Earth? How about every day for like millennia after a millennia of millennias? Look, right? That toxic father energy. The light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life. Positive guiding light within a tribal unit. This is lower 3 chakra dominant. We'll get to that with the Mythic Tarot. Root chakra is about tribes. So this is about your leadership. But, you know, who you gonna be? You get a choice. And with all of these archetypes, it's a percentage scale of lead to gold. We're all in there somewhere, and it's not just always turning it into gold. It's very easy to backslide into lead, but even that's part of the universe's plan. Go fig. All right, that's the most we're going to talk about any of these cards individually, because now we are going to get you the next 4 chakras underneath that. Heart, third eye, crown, your internal dynamic, personal level of power, dominant, your spiritual power, your mental power, your willpower, and your emotional power, to see what you need to know about that going on. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, 3 cards, my beloveds. 3 cards in clarity for the Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading, their internal dynamic. Heart, third eye, crown for the father in their work, their survival intuition, and like that father of the tribe, like helping everybody, you know, survive, teaching them stuff, supporting new life. What's the dominant there that they need to be aware of in their work with that father archetype? Well, you got the Phoenix, the death card, but it's internal. This is transformation. It's usually card number 13 in traditional tarot. We're not seeing death riding Binky here for all my turtle Pratchett heads out there. No, we see the Phoenix rising from the ashes, hence wearing all white, right? She didn't write, she went, and now she's rising. When it is a major arcana card, heart, third eye, crown, it's all 4 at once. It's like spirit. Each one is an element. Put them together, you get spirit. Fire, earth, air, water. You get spirit. So there is a process of alchemy going on for you. There is a process of death and rebirth going on inside of you in work. Now, that might be you are dealing with a tyrant, right? What are those words again? Dictatorial control, dictator, you big tater dick dictator, abuse of authority. If you are dealing with that in your work world, in your survival world, right? You're being transformed as a result of it. The alchemy is underway. So maybe you can hold that higher vibe, golden father archetype energy at some point. We'll see. Let's see. In their career, my goddesses, heart, third eye, crown, Don Juan, which is just delicious when it's healthy, right? There's no threat. There's no Me Too moment going on. There's no harassment. It's just that vibe. It's very intuitive. What's going on for them? Heart, third eye, crown there. Okay. You got a court card. When it's a court card, heart, third eye, crown, it's an internal dynamic. This is the crone of blades. Ixchel. I think that's how you say it. South American goddess, very shamanic, connected with the jaguar, but here we see her in her face of Eagle Woman for Aquarius. If you have any planets in Aquarius, I would just check your natal chart to see what that's about. We're looking at fixed air here, and she is riding on the back of an eagle with scissors. So apparently running with scissors is not allowed, but flying, if you're a goddess, carte blanche, is to see from the stratosphere, to see from fixed air. Aquarius, like the stratosphere, those frozen layers of the Earth's higher atmosphere, to see it from the satellite. And that's why they're the freaks of the zodiac. Not because they're truly freaks, it's just they're a little bit ahead. But with that fixed air, with that Don Juan, we're looking at a dominant third eye vibe here, right? Element of air. So your mind is fixated here, or at least focused, right, in that way. Yet at the same time, it's a paradox because it's focus, but it's also seeing the larger picture. 11th house dynamic is how you interact with the world. Humanitarianism rather than tyranny, as an example. Just saying. I think I'm slowly morphing into Nadia Volvikov. I've watched a little bit too much Russian Doll, and I'm okay with it. I'm from New York. It's just sort of in there. Ready? My goddesses. Let's make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh. Particularly with the Trickster. Yeah, I got a nice dose of the Trickster. And funny, it's in the house of Gemini for me. If you've read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Myss and put your archetypal wheels together. So my goddesses, please. Trickster in the 8th and their vocation. What's going on there? Heart, third eye crown, and Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila. If you're unfamiliar with the song, well, my mother divorced my father. I married her divorce lawyer. They're still married 50 years later, right? It's what they dance at weddings and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, and there's B'nai mitzvahs, I think. I don't want to mispronounce it, but it's a new one for me. It's where both male and female have it at the same time, a rite of passage. So, of course, the 10 of flames, the 10 of wands, but not the burden. The thing of we did it, oh my God, we did it, we got there. So there is a real fulfillment. Once again, it feels like the vocation here is, so far, the leverage, right? So for you to transcend stuffy behavior, because in your vocation, you've completed something that you wanted, but are you aware of it? Sometimes because you get focused on work, particularly with if you are dealing with a dictator, with bad father energy, male or female, I could see where that would take your focus, but your career is saying pull back, find your true seductive power, because in your vocation, you're ready to transcend stuffy behavior, and it's going to affect all of it. Remember, it all comes down from the 8th chakra. Yeah. Okay, like I said, that's as much as we're going to talk about those archetypes get the Lyons share, Lyons. But now this is what you really want to know about, isn't it? What's going on in the physical world? Lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy. You looking at yourself from the outside horizontally, maybe you from the inside looking at a person, place, or thing. Because lower 3 chakras are also about our relationships in the world. Root chakra, tribes, groups, circle, right? Oh, and the theme for this series of Work, Career, Vocation, Timeless Reads is dress for the job you want. So I want to be an Avenger. Look, we got Thor. He's Thor. I'm Thor. Ooh, it's so Thor. We got Wolverine. Iron Man. Just to get a little bit closer to Tony Stark, right? Second chakra, one-on-one relationship. Money, sex, power, your relationship with another person or thing. I'm Thor. You're Thor. We're Thor. And solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, your honor code, what you will, what you want, what you do, what you don't, your survival intuition that only you get in any given moment, so it's hard to confirm with anybody else, hence self-esteem. Let's just see what hits the table. I'm a teacher. I'm not sorry. Breathe. Still point. Remember how I said my god of Gemini is Hermes? Well, his statue is literally right behind my head. Can you see him? There he is. So he's good for a little head. That's the new joke. We're running with it. Please take one more nice deep breath. Here we go. As I call upon my gods of air, sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, lower 3 chakra dynamic, masculine energy dynamic for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. It's so nice to have a co-host. It really is. I love you too, baby doll. We'll snuggle later. What's going on lower 3 chakras for the Gemini in their work? Father archetype in the 8th, the death card on the inner, the phoenix most likely rising from rather than going to the ashes. What's going on lower 3 chakras? Ooh. Not only did you get a father, you got Zeus, the ace of wands, man. Initiative, new inspiration, a new beginning. Now look, you got this. 10 of flames, 10 of wands here. Interesting that you've got the ace of wands on the outer here. So All right, just real quick, whatever you're going through in work, really the thing is there's an inspiration and a new creativity coming to you as a result of this. It would make sense. It would make sense, particularly Ace of Wands, fire element on the outer and right, rising from those ashes, that there's something in your work situation right now that really can inspire you to move forward in some most likely powerful initiatory way, to begin to initiate. I used to think initiation had to only do with frat boys and being cherries and walking like an elephant. I don't know, I dated a bunch though. Let's see. The Don Juan, my gods of air, really big time working that trickster fun vibe today. Don Juan in the 8th in their career, Heart, their third eye crown, Ixchel, the eagle woman, Aquarius dynamic. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras here that they need to know about in their career. Second ace in the Ace of Cups, in this case probably not romantic, but just like you're getting this ace in your work, in your career, you're getting a new, a happy seed, an emotional happy seed. So it makes sense, right? The Don Juan, feeling all smooth operator with that Don Juan, feeling it, right? The Don Juan is very sensual, right? Not necessarily sexual, can be, right? So seeing this from a more egalitarian, look up the word egalitarian and egalitarianism. I think you'll dig it. It's really about being fair, but of course seeing things from the eagle, well, actually the albatross flies highest. Not the eagle, but it's just weird metaphor, right? So the eagle eye view, right, is to see things from a very, very high place. That makes sense, where, of course, there is this seed, this opportunity, this cup being offered in your career. So we're looking at a very third eye, but in the physical world. Something that is very emotional, but a potentiality, a seed. You could crack it under your foot. You could feed it to a squirrel, feed it to the birds, or plant it and tend it and watch it grow. Never know what a Gemini is going to do about that. There are 2 minds about everything. Who isn't? Breathe. Yeah, this is feeling more and more and more like the leverage, because with 2 new beginnings, certainly you do have a choice, you have free will. But this is where I think the tea will spill. Please, my gods of air, sign of Gemini, powers of the East, lower 3 chakra dynamic for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading in their vocation. Trickster in the 8th. Hava, Nagila, the Hora, 10 of Flames on the inner, and on the outer, the Knight of Cups. The Pisces card, mutable water, carrying what? The Ace of Cups. Well, look, it's definitely a romantic feeling, particularly with the Don Juan and the Ace of Cups with Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, not even wearing her see-through nightie, although it's magic. She could be wearing it, you couldn't tell. Only her wardrobe maiden knows for sure. The Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. This could very much be about you navigating your way through your vocation, your calling intuitively, more feeling it out than thinking it out, because you have this completion. Now look, if there is an office romance, even, however that plays itself out, so I office in air quotes, certainly that could be on the table for you here. But with that father energy in work, I don't know. I don't know about that. Go through your transformation at work. Try and fly high in your creation and see the opportunity for love here. Because so far what we're seeing is that you transcending stuffy behavior by really embracing that you have achieved something. See, you've achieved something in your vocation that you may not see, hence needing the Aquarian Don Juan thing to see it, to see the larger picture and think, oh my God, I didn't even realize, right? And that, of course, would bring forth an emotional Knight of Cups, right? Trotting in, right? Knight of Pentacles is walk. Knight of Cups is trot. Knight of Wands is canter. Knight of Swords is gallop. So it's Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, the mutable sign. So this is coming in at a nice trot. You could be hot to trot with that fire backing it up. But I'll be honest with you, I love what I do, right? I left corporate America a long time ago, joined the Circle Productions since 1998. I love what I do. So there is that there too. And you know, when you love what you do and you're seeing the higher purpose of it, right, with that Don Juan, you become very seductive. It's magnetic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Instead of the electric slide, can we do the magnetic slide? I don't know. People be sticking to each other. Melchior moved on for the day. We'll see if he comes back. Last 3 cards down. It's just a 12-card spread. We're not doing the bookie book, but we are going to go to the Makan Healing Mantra deck to get you one for each level of power to help heal it and bring it into alignment. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of life purpose through the archetypal lenses, the 3 levels of power, work, career, and vocation for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading. We'll do them one at a time, and then we'll put them all together. For their work, they've got the Father in the 8th, Phoenix on the inner, Zeus, Ace of Wands on the outer, issuing the quest for the Golden Fleece in the Mythic Tarot. What's the perfect healing mantra to help them deal with what's going on in their work? Anchoring the light is always within me. Now, you may not be feeling that, but it is. The light is always within me. If you want to just go Einstein, E equals MC squared, though technically energy manifests itself. Masculine energy is light. Feminine energy is sound. I didn't make it that way, people. That's the way this universe apparently was programmed in that. So the light is always within me. Just to anchor. You're anchoring the light at work. Which doesn't mean you have to say much, usually. In fact, the less the better, but you're a Gemini. My Ascended Masters, Don Juan and their career. This feels really yummy. I don't feel like the career is the issue here. I feel like the work is the issue. But the leverage is in the vocation. But let's see. Perfect healing mantra for the Gemini Collective for their career. Don Juan, Ixchel, Aquarius, and Aphrodite, 8 of Cups. Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Now that seems like a bit of a womp womp. However, if you have been dealing with something toxic here, this is saying you need to activate this power of healthy seduction, your positive seductive qualities to get through this honorably by flying up, flying up, getting up. It's like on an airplane, they have the altimeter and the attitude thing, right? So the attitude of the plane, if the nose is pointing like this, it gains altitude. If it's pointing like this, it's either landing or it's in trouble, right? So your attitude affects your altitude. I know. Stitch it on a pillow, throw it on the couch, Grandma. Let's make a t-shirt. So it does seem that, you know, if you are in pain as a result of what's going on in work, in your career, there is a healing available there. But when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. And I can only tell you that's what got me onto Patreon. Blew up my back just trying to... I was shadow banned on YouTube. I don't care. I love YouTube. It's fine. Agatha Christie audiobooks, it's fine. Gets my work out in the world, even though my numbers are wicked low. I don't care anymore. I'm here for the art and the service. Numbers, schmumbers. Please don't make me do math. But it was that lower back pain, which was excruciating and burnout. Bad, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just burnt, trying to catch up. No. I used this mantra over and over and over again, and as the pain processed, some of my deepest beliefs, most limiting beliefs were healed. Very powerful. So, in your career, you're befriending pain, seeing it as a sign of rapid transformation, because that's what pain is. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? It's in the process of healing, but if we keep medicating it all the time, it delays what cannot eventually be prevented. Vocation. I still think this is your leverage. So this one feels like the work is real work. Like, there's light work, right? Your career feels like it's internal, as it would. And an Ace of Cups is being offered you to do that, or you get an Ace of Cups in process. So, all right, my Ascended Masters, last card down, the Trickster in their vocation, the Hora, Ten of Flames on the inner, Pisces, Knight of Cups on the outer, carrying that Ace of Cups. What's the perfect healing mantra for them? In their vocation, in the 3 levels of power, work, career, vocation, read. Discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. That's your leverage. Because you really have completed something on the inner, but you may not know it. You did it here, like throat chakra, full circle. Maybe not there yet at the time of this recording, but it's coming if it hasn't already. But that's why you need to kind of pull back from the world. But while you are in the world in your work, anchor the light and be the dad you would want to be to yourself. Everybody understands mothering themselves. I'm very good at mothering myself. My mom's a Cancerian. Oh yeah, tough though, strong. I don't mean tough like rough. I mean just like a true queen archetype, no shit, right? My dad was a Gemini. Not exactly the most dependable, right? So, this is a very, very, very powerful thing here. So if you're dealing with father energy, anchor the light. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put it together in a summation, as I always do, and a blessing simultaneously, because that's how it comes out of my mouth most of the time. And then we'll chat a little bit at the end, because I have learned, doing this now for years and years on YouTube, that the best way for me to release the energy of the collective sign I am reading for is to let the goofy loose in the last 20-30 seconds of the video, because who the fuck watches it anyway? Carte blanche. Let's do this for realsies. Got Torch of Archangel Ariel. Please take a nice deep breath. Give me the words. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they truly, truly need in their work, career, vocation, so that in their vocation, remember we read them this way, so that in their vocation they can transcend convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior and find this completion within them, this celebration of element of fire, very throat chakra. They may very well need to make that choice themselves to see it. While they are either trotting forth or someone is trotting towards them with some emotional experience, a seed of something, and if they're discovering happiness by allowing themselves to be content exactly as they are in any given moment, that certainly allows that Ten of Flames to be what it is in that place of, yeah, we did it, accomplishment in their vocation. And so that in their career, they can spotlight their positive, seductive qualities, which is really important in sales, because you don't have to be sneaky when you're really into it and in the flow. And certainly going into the third eye, rising above it and seeing the larger picture, they will most likely be able to see this new seed opportunity in their career, what lights them up on the inside available to them. And yet what's being asked of them is that they befriend pain in their career, because when discomfort becomes a friend, their most limiting beliefs are healed, and ain't Aquarius just about flying above and snipping away, Excel scissors, those beliefs that do not serve anymore, though they did at one point. And so that in their work, they can embrace their talent for creating and supporting life and being a positive guiding light within a tribal unit, maybe as the result of dealing with a dictatorial boss, father image, something or other, while they go through this death transformation, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And as a result, a new inspiration, a new creativity, a new venture, a new quest is summoned forth. Absolutely the physical manifestation of this higher vibrational Ten of Flames from the inner to the outer, as they what? As they anchor the light. Why? Because the light is always within them. It's always within all of us. But to be in the present moment and anchor the light, you're no longer seeking for connection. You are a vehicle of unity. So may they be blessed with all of that and a lovely side of fries, the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, that they can be the best that they can be and fulfill their role in the universe's plan, because it always has one, whether we see it or not. And so that they can be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and bring that lovely vibe, that happiness, health, wealth, and wisdom to all of us here on planet Earth, because there is only one of us here, but Gemini gets to express it for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So want to be, and so it is. Hey, here we go. Do you like it? Like it. Hit the thumbs up. Help the other Geminis find it. Want more of me? Haven't subscribed yet? I don't know. Subscribe. I know what I'm talking about, and I got great hair, and I'm fun. Why not? Gemini. Boom. And if you want to go deeper, because I'm having fun here on YouTube, the deeper stuff happens where it happens on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. I think we got like 5 or 6 levels of subscription over there. Human, hero, angel, witch, immortal, god, goddess. Look, I counted right. There are 6 of them. Different levels of subscription and different benefits for all of them. But the lowest tier, human, gets a lot. I'm serving it over there. The tea is being spilled on a daily basis. Exclusive content that no one else is getting, and considering it's not OnlyFans, I think I'm doing pretty well. And certainly if you want to book a reading with me, easy enough to do. There's a video in the description box called Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. Nothing like a Nickelodeon reference with the Gemini. Otherwise, my darlings, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of all of this. Comment if you like, and certainly reach out should you need help, not just to me, but to wherever you are guided. Maybe even Melchior. Apparently he has a telepathic hotline. So wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in your work, career, vocation, my beloveds. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.